Lord has lifted me. The Lord has changed my life. The Lord has favored me. Change my life. Change my status. Change my family. The Lord has favored me. I never see anyone who can be like my God. Who can love me like you do? Who will turn my life around? Who will change my story? Love me so, how much you feel for me? Love me so, bless my life. You feel for me. You are great. Away. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I want to welcome all of you this morning. If you are just joining us, we will ask you to share the video. Are you sure? Thank you. Yes, we welcome you this morning. We're going to be discussing about the United States this morning, the violence that took place in the United States. We are here to discuss about this issue this morning. We ask you to share this video to invite other persons to join us. Are you sure? Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you so much. Invite somebody to join us. My educational background before you bless me. Yeah, Facebook is not allowing me to do that. We ask you to share the video for us. Thank you. The topic this morning is United States, USA has lost its true identity. Yeah, that one we're going to be discussing this morning. You can call in to hear your view on the recent violence that took place in the United States. Yes. Double lifting for machine. Double traveling testimony connections. My God of double. Yeah. Please share the video for us, guys. We cannot enjoy the conversation if we cannot share this video. Thank you so much. Yes. The question this morning is, United States has lost its true identity. We're going to be discussing this recent violence that took place in the United States. Thank you so much. I'm just sorry I cannot share the video, so we will have a way to get our people here. Yeah, let somebody help me share the video now. Thank you so much. I welcome all of you to join the platform. I know you are getting me, right? Thank you so much. Share the video now. Facebook cannot allow me to do this. I don't know what is that. I'm having trouble. You give me solutions for problems. Yes, I can see somebody joining here, but they are not being able to share this video. Please help. Yes, I can see you there. Thank you. Somebody can share the video for us. Yes. Please do that for us now. We are getting the platform. We ask you to share the video with your friends. It's now time to praise the Lord. Yes. Are you ready, somebody? Share the video and invite somebody to join us this morning.
Miracle is success.
I can see that.
Your breakthrough, your lifting, your glory is coming in.
Yes.
Everything I'm doing, my children, my breakthrough, my success.
Yeah. Let somebody help us share the video now. Thank you so much. I welcome all of you this morning. I welcome all of you this morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to do the African praise. If we love Africa, shout Liberia.
Yes, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The platform that you are on is Ambassador Roosevelt Dan. We welcome you. This is RD TV. We welcome all of you to join us this morning. And this morning, we're going to be discussing the recent violence that took place in the United States. And the question we'll be addressing this morning is, what is your response? What is your response to the president who incited violence and have not been able to take blame for the recent violence? And if you look on the screen there, you're going to see something that says USA has lost its true identity. What we saw recently in the United States is something that we describe it as ridiculous, something that we never seen before. Even though all of things have happened here before, but to see that people in the United States will be able to go to that extent to wage war on themselves at this kind of a time is something that beyond our thinking. That's what we are discussing this morning. So we will welcome all of you who have been able to speak on some of those issues. We will give you the go ahead to call in to give us your view on what you think. And because it's all of us, we live in this country. We not have to be talking about Liberia all the time. We are not in Liberia anymore. We live in the United States. There is a saying that says, where your mouth goes, where your money goes, that's where your mouth goes. Okay, because we live in the United States, we work in the United States, and we also pay taxes in the United States. So whatever that happens in this country is where our money is supposed to go, because it's where our money go. But we are being so addicted to politics in Liberia. Whenever we talk about Liberia, George, we are and other people, that's the time people will call in a lot to talk about. But what happened to ourselves right in the United States? Why we don't talk about those things? This is time that we can make our voices heard this morning. So we will open the line. You will call this morning to tell us some of the things that you think that you found very disturbing or interesting about the recent violence that took place at the state capitol in the United States. Why you make of that? This is so troubling. This is the country that we have abandoned our country to come to live, coming for green pastures. We want better lives. Now everybody is coming over here. And to see that things that we are just afraid of in Africa and other places, we run away to come, and we continue to see again happening in this place, is something beyond all of us thinking. But I guess many people will now want to be part of that because they feel that probably when they do that, maybe they're going to deport them. But no, when you go to a lot of different platforms in the United States, a lot of different TV and stuff, you see people discussing the issue. That's what made the country unique. Okay, we gave you freedom of expression. You come and express yourself. What is your dissatisfaction? Why you saw the last time happening? Why, how you feel? What make you think that this country will go to that extent? And the violence that we just saw recently, do you think it's something that will be able to stop or is going to be able to continue? It's something that we are still worrying about because we all are here raising our children. We want them to get better life. We want them to raise at least, to be able to see maturity, but to see people go to the extent to be able to damage the United States Capitol is something that we all have to talk about. So this morning, this is our discussion. This is not about Joia. Joia have taken money, Joia have done that, and that now what we're going to be talking about. We are talking about the United States violence, thing that happened right here in our present. You can call and make your voices or whatever discussion or view you have about this issue. Again, You are not forced to do that, but I will show some clip, and then from there, maybe you will get idea to say something about that. Okay, but that's going to be our discussion this morning. I know many of us we are not equipped when it comes to document, so we don't want to get involved into a lot of different talk that will embarrass ourselves. So this is the issue here. I will do it like this for now. Oh, oh my God. I had done something bad. This is not. Oh, guys, hold on. Hold on. I try to get you this stuff right here, but it's not. Yeah, I will bring you on the screen. I will bring you on the screen. Don't worry. I'll bring you on the screen so we can see that how we able to talk about this morning. Okay. I still got it on here, but oh, all right. I can get this out. All right. This is it. I will still get it back. So I need to bring something on the screen. So we will look at it like a little different small video of what happened. And then from there, we will be able to proceed with what we want to talk about. Because there are little important part that I wanted to show you. Okay. And as I continue to say, we are not discussing about Liberia. We are talking about the United States. The violence that we saw in the United States. I know if this had been in Liberia, you will see Liberian all over the internet talking about. I haven't seen anybody platform to discuss the issue that happened right here in our state. In fact, where we live, okay, where we reside, we have not been able to talk about the issue, and I didn't see any. I have not seen anyone on any platform where any Liberian will bring the topic up for people to talk about. I guess we are living here in fear. We don't want to talk so much because we know when we sit here, we talk about Liberia issue, nobody will come here to grab us easily. So that's the reason we get that kind of so much sharp mouth to talk. Because some people, when they go into Liberia, now they will feel that they are government supporter after they are taught all kinds of different things. Then they pretend that they are part of the government just to go to find a way to come back safely. Okay? But what most about the one that happened right in, you are touch your host. Eh? Hey, you advocate? You human advocate, right? You human right advocate. We are seeing one of them. Now see, how many of them we got them that call themselves human advocate in the United States from Liberia? It's only Liberia that you can advocate for people. You don't advocate for people in the United States? Huh? Group of people, bandits, they broke into the state house, they entered, they defended last they played, even to the point that some people die at the result of the violence. And you call yourself the advocate. You cannot talk about that. It's only in Liberia that you can advocate for people, right? So those people that did the thing, they are not human beings for you to talk about. What if such a thing had happened in Liberia? What would be your action? What will you be talking today? What will you be saying? We are seeing a lot of you guys on the internet calling yourself advocate. What will you do if this had happened to you or in our country? What will be your action? What will you do? What will be your action? Now we are not saying no advocate. Advocate has just we cannot find anybody right now to say they are advocate. Oh my God, hold up. I don't want this thing to continue to play like this. So you are advocate. You only advocate for Liberia, right? You only advocate for Liberia. You are human advocate. You advocate for violence in our society. There are many people who will be on the internet every time to talk about Liberia violence. What most about the one that happened right in your present? What do you have to say about that? Is there something that you encourage or something that you are against? So this is where we come down to know true advocate. People who call themselves they are advocate. This is where we come to see true advocate. Because when you see the true advocate of the United States, in the United States, those people, some of them are brave enough, they are on different or radio TV station talking about what happened. Eh? But our advocate for Liberia, the only advocate for Liberia, again, President Weah. So what most of the one that happened? Human being died. You saw that. People broke into the state capital. Okay? Forcibly they enter. You saw everything. So what is your reaction about that? Why you have to say? Why is your response? Oh, that's not where you can advocate, right? Advocate is advocate. If you stand for something, you have to stand it. You got to stand for that thing for everywhere you go. Okay? You got to stand up for that. And it's very sad this morning. Facebook had completely, I don't know what is that. Maybe it's from my phone or something like that. I don't know. It restricted me. I cannot share any video for no reason. They didn't block me, but I'm not able to invite my follower to be able to come because this thing is not like a radio station or like a TV that when you turn your TV on, you will see. Okay? It's something, the only way people will see that something is going on if you share the action to them. When they see it, they will open it and follow you. Okay? So that's, yeah, brother Aaron, how you doing? All the way, man. That's my brother all the way from Liberia. Good morning. Good afternoon to you. It's just still in the morning yet. So when we talk about people advocating for cause, you have to do it everywhere. You have to stand up for something. Things will not only happen in Liberia before we put our mouth there. We are in the United States. This is our home. I always told people, this is our home. Probably this is where they're going to bury us. Okay? Because this is where we try to establish ourselves. So whatever that happened to us here, we need to get involved. We need to talk about. We need to be able to be a part of what is happening. Okay? We cannot stand aside. Let me tell you, when something happened right now, when they say they're coming for the blind people, you're not going to be exempted to tell you that you are from Liberia, so you're different blind. They will catch you. They will deal with you because of your skin. You never get ticket in the place. Some of us, we are getting ticket where we're taking speed with people with different color at the same time, but they will pull you over the lead the other people go. So those are the kind of things that we experience in this country. Okay, racism, they still going on in the United States. Okay, when they talk about segregation, it's still going on in the United States. You will see some area when you go to some suburb area, the people will go and start building their places. When they build place, by the time they find out that the black people moving too much to that place, they will leave again to go establish different place. So they keep expanding the place. Some places, they just keep going because there are certain places they want to live. So the people, white collar people, supposed to be living there. Okay? We know all of these things. That's not different. We saw what happened in the capital, the United States Capitol. If this thing had happened with the minority color, people of the minority, so black people have gathered to get to that capital, we will be towing their body. There will be a lot of their body we see in the street because they will shoot them. You will see helicopter will be all over in the street. In fact, up air, you will be seeing different security people moving in to take care of those people. But we saw that people marched. Some people were even brave to go to sit on the speaker desk, putting their feet on the desk. Almost like when you take over country, like a rebel war used to come. Maybe they capture the country, they capture the president, and then they take over. So those are the kind of behavior that we saw in the United States. Okay? Those are the kind of behavior that we saw in the United States. This is not strange. People all over the world, they saw this thing happening. And we are not different. Okay? People feel that when you come in the United States, that means you are safe. It's not. It's not. The same fear that you had, like, probably when you are in Liberia, you want to walk in the night to go somewhere. The fear that we had that maybe somebody will come from the bike and grab you and do something evil to you. This is the same fear that when we are here, we feel the same way. You coming from work, midnight coming home, you are afraid that maybe how they call it, drop off, a bullet going to catch you and all of those things. People shoot randomly, sometimes in the street at night time. Okay? Those are the ugly things that we see in the country. So all over in the United States, people experience differently. This is what we are seeing. But to come to the kind of extent where people will come up, group themselves, pure white people, group themselves to go and destroy what everybody had put together. Because the building that they're talking about, they were built by the slave. Okay? It is our people who came here before. Though some of them were able to build that place. Okay? But this is not what we intend to see in this country. When we talk about United States, we are all part of that. When something happens, when the outsider coming to wage war on us, we always stand up. That's why when you come over here below 26, you're going to sign a selected paper. You were going to sign a paper that when anything happen in this country, you will be able to take arm to fight for this country. You will swear. You're forced to do that. Okay? Some of us, we didn't sign that paper because when we came here, we were over age, so they didn't ask us to do that. But once you're below 26 years, when you enter the United States, you will be compelled to sign that paper. Whenever anything happens, without any question, they will grab you and then you will go and defend the country. But to see ourselves going to the extent to do those things is beyond all of our control, it's beyond all of our imagination that we will see our people behaving like that. And now our president is not even willing to take blame of what happened. That's the reason some of us are finding it difficult. If something happened, because people go to support you. Like for example, we got President George Weah in Liberia. He is a popular president. Okay, a lot of people follow him. A lot of people believe in him. Because people who are popular, it's very easy for them to change things around. Okay, it's very easy to change things around. So what if we are seeing such a behavior? What will happen? You will wonder because they got their supporter. Anything they say, their supporter will want to follow. Okay, but if things happen, what you do? You take blame. You take blame for what happened. You tell the people, oh, I blame for this. I'm very sorry, but we are not being able to see that from our president. He continued to be around the bush. So it's making it very difficult
the Senate chamber
for people to understand.
Capitol, overwhelming.
Hold on for me. Okay, I'm just finding it difficult there.
Lawmakers diving for cover, told to shelter in place, the country watching, the world watching what America looked like today. The mob storming the barriers, pushing through this door, Capitol Police.
Okay, just leave it a little bit. I'm having little trouble here, but I'm going to show this thing a little bit so we can talk about that. Okay. This is the work we're supposed to be doing. Okay. We come to our local discussion. We discuss among ourselves locally on issues that affecting all of us.
Others smashing through windows at the Capitol. There were so many chaotic moments, tense interactions with Capitol Police overwhelmed, members of Congress and their staffs rushing for cover, reporters told not to reveal their whereabouts. This image tonight of a man walking through Statuary Hall carrying a Confederate flag. Another startling image from inside the office of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Some trying to breach the House chamber, armed security barricading the door, keeping them out. Behind them, members were taking shelter, some of them on the floor, some told to grab their gas masks to protect against tear gas. In an empty Senate chamber, this Trump supporter at the front of the chamber declaring Donald Trump won that election. The march to the Capitol following those words from President Trump, speaking to his supporters, who he invited to Washington, saying, you have to show strength, telling them to march to the Hill. And as nightfall approached tonight, the heavy presence, the National Guard joining local police and the FBI, the curfew now in effect. And of course, so many questions tonight. How was this allowed to happen? Where was the security? With the president encouraging these protests for weeks now. We're going to begin tonight with our chief White House correspondent, Jonathan Karl.
Chaos and lawlessness striking at the heart of American democracy, breaking out after the president of the United States urged an angry mob of his own supporters to confront members of Congress and even his own vice president who were preparing to certify the election. They stormed the Capitol, clashing with police, breaking windows, scaling the scaffolding, fights breaking out in restricted areas of the building, officers outnumbered. In the House chamber, lawmakers dove for cover beneath their desks. Agents with guns drawn, their fingers on the trigger, guarding the barricaded door.
We've been instructed to each of us get gas masks that are under our seats.
The demonstrators, some in tactical gear, were urged to go to the Capitol by the president himself.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol. Because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength and you have to be strong.
Donald Trump lost the election by more than 7 million votes. His lawsuits were rejected by dozens of judges, but still, he told his followers that the election was rigged, and he demanded that his vice president reject the electoral votes and overturn the election in Congress today.
Mike Pence is going to have to come through for us, and if he doesn't, that will be a sad day for our country.
But finally, after more than 4 years of unfailing loyalty, Mike Pence broke with Donald Trump, the moment caught on a hot mic.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Pence's statement was blunt. I do not believe that the founders of our country intended to invest the vice president with unilateral authority to decide which electoral votes should be counted. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell broke with the president too, telling his sharply divided Republican colleagues that this election must stand.
The voters, the courts, and the states have all spoken. They've all spoken. If we overrule them, it would damage our republic forever. Our democracy would enter a death spiral.
McConnell was blunt. The president did not come close to proving his false claims, he said, and he sharply criticized the 13 Republican senators who plan to challenge the election results.
It would be unfair and wrong to disenfranchise American voters and overrule the courts and the states on this extraordinarily thin basis. And I will not pretend such a vote would be a harmless protest gesture while relying on others to do the right thing.
One of those 13 senators, Ted Cruz of Texas, tried to make his case.
I am not arguing for setting aside the result of this election. We appoint an electoral commission to conduct a 10-day emergency audit, consider the evidence, and resolve the claims.
But there have already been audits and recounts and more than 30 court cases thrown out. The president's own attorney general said there was no evidence of substantial fraud. And minutes after Cruz spoke, the bedlam broke out in the Capitol. Pence was whisked to safety by the Secret Service. The building went into lockdown, but protesters were already inside, marching through Statuary Hall. One man carried a large Confederate flag just outside the Senate chamber, and inside another took to the podium himself to declare Trump had won the election. And look at this. A rioter broke into the office of the Speaker of the House and put his feet on Nancy Pelosi's desk. All over scenes of violence and disorder. One woman was shot inside the Capitol, and ABC's Rachel Scott saw her being carried away.
They brought out a woman on a stretcher, rushed her inside. We did see blood gushing from her.
On television and on Twitter, Republican lawmakers begging President Trump to tell his supporters to go home.
Call it off, Mr. President. We need you to call this off.
But for hours, while his supporters rampaged through the Capitol, Trump remained inside the White House, silent.
All right, so let's bring in John Carl. He's live at the White House tonight because, John, you know, after so much pressure from Republicans and Democrats alike for the president to tell his supporters to go home, late this afternoon, the president did release that 1-minute video message on Twitter. In it, he, again, and we should point this out, falsely claims that he won in a landslide in an election that he lost by 7 million votes. before then telling supporters to go home. Take a look.
I know your pain. I know you're hurt. We had an election that was stolen from us. It was a landslide election, and everyone knows it, especially the other side. But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order. We don't want anybody hurt.
And John, the president, we were told, is watching this all play out on live television today, along with the rest of the country, but refusing to condemn the violence from his own supporters. What are you hearing tonight from sources inside the White House about how able they are to actually communicate with the president?
Well, first of all, David, Twitter, I'm told, had just removed that video because of the false statements about the election. And it's notable that in that video, he actually went on to say to the people that stormed the Capitol, and this is an exact quote, "Go home. We love you. You are very special." Just a short while ago, he tweeted that these are the events and the things that happen when, quote, "great patriots have been badly and unfairly treated for so long." So in other words, he is actually justifying the actions of those that stormed the Capitol. As for what's going on inside the White House, very little coming out. I can tell you I've spoken to several people close to the president who are deeply frustrated, in fact, horrified by the way he has handled this.
But as you point out, John, he did not condemn what he witnessed at the Capitol today, saying you are very special to those supporters. John, thank you.
That's for what we witnessed. Let me just say on few days, in fact 2 days ago, this is it. It was clear, and as you're looking at this thing, it is right within where we live. This is something that is affecting us. We don't have to talk about Liberia all the time. This is happening right here to us, and we are witnessing it. And what we have to say about that? Okay, what we have to say about that? Very, very ugly to see, because we want the good example from this country that even when we are taking back something home, we should be able to take something very important, very, very good, not this kind of a thing that you're saying. But this is what it is. Nothing else we can do, nothing else we can say about that. They are already happening, but we all have to condemn it and talk about. Blind lives matter. Blind lives matter. We know what police did to people here, all over the United States. The protests that went. We know how police might handle people. We know how hectic it was. We know how tough people suffer. But this is it. The one that happened now, we are seeing it. Nothing going to happen, and nothing will happen. I'm quite sure. Even if some of those people are identified, what so much you think will happen to them? What do you think will happen to them? We didn't see a lot of black people in that protest much. They were there, but they were not that much. The higher population was the white color. You could see that. And you can even see that when you watch the video, you will see. And this is the situation. Okay. So if you have any maybe talk or anything about, you are welcome to call in this morning on the number that you see on the screen, so we can hear from you. Okay. This is the place that we came to make our living. We want everything to be good. Okay. But we are saying something that very, very disturbing. And even in the first time, this had happened long ago, where people came the way world, people came from Europe, the way world on that capital. Send them. Nobody have done that. But people to walk in, they chasing police officers, they running behind them, and then they finally broke in, they went and captured the place. That's the war, okay? They captured the place. So it's something that even when we sit down now, we can say, but this is a miracle. Everybody think that this place is safe. This place is safe. People believe in the law. People respect the law. But how can we see things happen like this? Is this the America we know? It almost like in Africa. So that means maybe we will say Liberia is better. Liberia is 10 times better. Because we are not seeing those things. Even the people who protested before, save the state, they didn't go to that extent to walk, to go all the way to the president or to the Capitol building, to enter their footsteps to damage anything. We didn't see that part. It was peaceful. People went, they protested peacefully. They just talked to the government. They gave their view to the government. And it was peaceful. To me, I would call that peaceful because if we compare what they did with this thing, we will say that the one in Liberia was peaceful than the one we see in the United States. So where are we right now? Is it what we continue to do? Is it what we're going to be saying? That's very, very bad. And we are come to even ask some of our Republican supporters in the United States from Liberia. And even though some of them are talk show hosts, some of them are supporters of the opposition bloc. But I have not seen any of them to come to make comment. Is that what they want to support? Is that what they want to take it to Liberia when they take over? Is it what they want to do? So if you look at what happened here with Trump election and the election that we had in Liberia, there is a difference there. And if you compare, the only thing you're going to be seeing is, in fact, the opposition and the Republican people, they have no different. There is no different. The behavior of them almost the same. Okay, there is no different. If you look, just look in it. If Donald Trump won election in any state, that is a legitimate election. That's a fair election. That means people there, they voted good. If he lost in any state, that means there is a fraud. There was a fraud. They cheated him. So this is the similar behavior that the opposition against President Weah did in Liberia. And it's still going on. Some of the people are not being certificated because they believe that they cheated them. Simply because they did not win in that country. But where all other countries that they win, the election was fair. The government conducted the election fairly in that country. Wherever they didn't win, that means the government cheated them. So there is no difference from their behavior or that of the Republican behavior in the United States, the Trump supporter behavior. That's exactly what he did. Donald Trump won election in Wisconsin before, okay? But not, this time around, we said no, we will not give you our vote because sometimes, in fact, our state is one of the states that decide who's supposed to be president in this country. We got 10 electoral college vote for here. So this time around, the people of Wisconsin say no, Donald Trump, you will not carry it. We will not support you because there are a lot of different things you're doing that we are not happy about. We will not support you. So that means the cheated Trump in Wisconsin. That's what he claimed. Okay. All the others say that 10 red, that's a fair vote. All the others say that 10 blue, that is a cheating. There was a cheating there. The people cheated him. So what if he had won in Wisconsin? That means the vote there will be clear. Nobody will cheating, right? Even if people vote by mail-in ballot, it will still be legitimate to him. There will be no cheating. In Wisconsin, we got a lawyer. They say same day voter registration rule. What it means is this. As long as you have your driver license, even if you are not registered before, the same election day, you can show your ID card, you will still be allowed to vote. So nobody can argue that why is it they list yourself before that 100 people will be voting for their pretense? Why is it that today you have 200 people coming to say that 200 people voted for them? Because during the election time, anybody can walk in who are not registered with their ID card. They will be able to give them the opportunity to vote because they don't want anybody vote to go. They want everybody to be able to vote for their choice, whoever they want. So you can't stop somebody and say, oh, you were not here, so you didn't register, so we cannot allow you. Because condition, we know condition can change. What if you're living in this place and you have to travel to go visit your relatives, and then you are not able to return, and the day is election day? Do you still have to vote, or you're not going to vote? Wisconsin law said, no, we will not stop you not to vote. As long as you are there, you will be able to vote. So long you have your driver license, valid driver license that carry your address, or the mail, or piece of mail that show your address is on it, you can bring those things. They will allow you to vote. That's what happened. So all the other places that Mr. or President Donald Trump won in, that was a fair vote. Whether the people had their own different law in that state, it will still be, he will honor that. So he did not honor Wisconsin same-day voting rule because he did not win in Wisconsin. But if he had won, he's going to accept the rule because this law has been here forever. Same-day voting rule, okay? They don't turn you down because you did not register in advance. So as long as you have your driver license that show your address, and you have mail, piece of mail that show your address on it, they can allow you to vote. So because he did not win, so he condemned that law. But before then he won. So he recognized the law before he knows about that. So this is the similar thing that we have in Liberia. When you go to Nima County now, people are still in court. The senator that were elected in Nima County have not been certificated because there is allegation that the people cheated, there was a fraud. So they are still going through the case simply because the opposition did not win in Nima County, so there is a fraud. If they are won there won't be fraud. Nobody will talk about fraud. So you see, it kind of a vibe versa. You see it? In fact, like in Liberia, the president is suffering from the opposition. Then in the United States, the president is complaining from the opposition. Okay? So, in fact, the opposition are complaining from the president in Liberia. They are accusing him that he cheated. And then in the United States, the president is accusing the opposition that they cheated him. So you see how the whole thing conflicting? If the opposition win in Bon County, Bon County people voted right. That was a fair vote. If they win in Montserrat County, that was a fair election. Very clear, clean and fair election. If they win in Grand Bassa, that is good. That is a clear and fair election. But Nima County, if they didn't win Nima County, that means people in Nima County, people cheated. So only you want something good to be in your favor. Nobody can take what you want. Okay? So we had to get away with no kind of behavior, thinking like that. That only you alone should get a good thing. That's not possible. That the election, one person will win everything. That's not possible. Even the United States will never seen that before. Even how bad they are, one of the party will be, they will still get some people to vote for them. Okay? That's what people don't know. So you cannot just conclude and say, all the people should vote for you because you feel that the other side is bad or they are not doing the right thing. No. Why you consider to be good, other people consider to be bad. Why you consider to be bad, other people consider to be good. For example, in Liberia, other people saying that they want food to eat. They want food to eat. Now other people say, no, we want road. We want development. We want development. So if you put in two people in race for that, somebody will say, okay, I'm coming to give you development. And the person will say, no, I will only give you food to eat. So when they go into election, there will be some people who will vote for the man who say, I will only give you development and not yet to give you food to eat. And other people will be there and say, okay, I will vote for the man who say, he will give me more rights to eat. I'm not going to vote for the man who talk about development. So that vote will always be divided. So you will not expect that everybody will just say, yes, I will vote for somebody who say they will give me rights to eat. Or all the people will say, I will only vote for the person who say they will bring development for me. So people have their way different to think, to analyze issue, to talk about issue. So why is when the opposition, in fact, or politician, when they go into election, when people favor them, It's something good to them. When they go somewhere, they maybe their platform people don't like, they don't vote for them, then it becomes private. Why will opposition behave like that in Liberia? That is a similar thing Donald Trump is doing in the United States. The vote margin between he and Joe Biden, that's very huge, very, very huge. How will people cheat you like that without kind of you number? No. And you yourself, the number that you won with this, in fact, you got this time, it was not the number that you got before when you won the election. You're supposed to know that this election, something prompted people to vote. The voter turnout was more than the previous election that even make you to be president. You're supposed to know that. So what happened? What actually prompted people to come in huge number like they to vote? You're supposed to ask yourself, probably you were not doing right. That's why prompted people to come to vote against you. But then other people came to in group to support you, but still, your number did not reach to the people who stood up to say they will vote against you. So you're supposed to understand all of those things. For example, the first election, probably you got 10 votes. And then the second election, you see, even though you did not win, but you got 20 votes. So as I said, why is it that they all vote this other election? I'm able to get 20 instead of 10 because the last time I got 10. That what make me to be here. But this time I saw 20 people voting for me. Where all of these people come from? Before I conclude that people cheated, they brought in different mail. So the 10 people that added to my support, where did they come from? Was it also the people who cheated to pull those kind of people for me, to vote for me? No. Your thinking now will be something has happened. The turnout was more. And the more people that came, they did not come here in my interest. That's the reason I was defeated. He's not talking about that. Why is it that he got more number this time than the number he got before that made him president? He's not thinking about that. Okay? So you're supposed to think. Those are some of the things. Before you argue like that, you think first. Look at the number. Compare the number. Whether more people turn out to vote. When you get that more number, then you say, oh, I see. The number like him was more. Probably if the same number we had before had voted, probably I'm going to be in the league. But some people, they never voted before. But this time they voted. And they are not in my interest. That's the reason. How will you look at maybe 1 million, 1 million or 2 million? You say people will cheat you with that kind of huge number. Is it possible to just say create fake home address for people up to 20 million fake home address? Then you're going to be creating talk because that 20 million, how can you create fake home address? When you put some in the system, it appear with somebody different name. You know that, right? If you just put my address in the system here, it will probably bring all my children and myself name because we all still bear the same address. It's not going to bear your name who are not live here because you're not in the system. So if you create that fake, probably you will take my home address and create somebody ballot on it. But when you put in, it will pop up with my name or my wife name or any of my children. So you're supposed to know all of those things before you argue. So this thing was clear. It was clear. And those of you from the opposition side, even suffering in Liberia, taking case in the court, you're supposed to understand that the vote in Liberia could not be, in fact, it was not possible that the opposition could take all. No. Or it was not possible that the ruling party could take all. Because this time alone, this time, the system that we are in, now, there will not even, people will not even allow to put one person in office for more than 3 terms. If you go 2 terms, probably you are doing well because the system continue to change. Living condition of people continue to change. So people expectation continue to change every day. Okay? People expectation continue to change. For example, when we came in the United States newly, when I came here newly, oh my God, I used to devour money on people in Liberia. Anybody that called me, I will send them money. Anybody that called me, my friend that I know, by the time they ask me, I will send them money. Those things are not happening right now. Why? Because our expectation, our living started changing. So we now continue to even look at $100 to save for one person this time. It's not easy because you take it at $100, you know how many shortage you bring in the family. So things, expectation changing, living condition changing, expectation changing. So present, somebody will want to now say, oh, maybe Dan is not a good person, he's not a good friend. This guy used to help me. And you're not even going to think about the one we used to do before. You will only think about today. So now if somebody new just come from Liberia and come here where the person or expenses had not increased, expenditure had not increased, where the person still maybe serving in somebody's basement and those things. They just working maybe 2 to 3 jobs and they get money, they got no idea, they are not settled yet, they don't get anything to do. They keep sponsoring them. So that person and myself, you think who the people will favor? They will favor the man who just came because that man expenses had not gone nowhere. That man had not had anything to be maybe to cover everything that will be stressful for him. He will be spending money. He will give sending money to his people, all friends that you know. He will be supporting them. But now we're down because my expenditure, my problem has increased. I cannot look at one friend now and just look at 500 and say I'm sending for you. No, it will help me more because it will kill me because taking $500 now, I almost had a $3,000 bill every month to take care of everything. Okay, if I'm looking at $500 to send for one friend right now, if I'm taking that $500 from my bill, where would I get another money from to cover that whole expense? And I don't want to be in that kind of debt. So as a result, somebody will take me to be a bad person, and the men are just came, who have not had any problem to go after, who sending you $150 every 2 weeks, will be favor, will be the best person. So this is the reason now that we are taking down one person for people to allow one person to stay. It's not that it's going to be bad thing, but people will just feel that, oh, we cannot keep them there because he's not doing right. Not that he's not doing right, but we're taking our expectation now, growing up, and we are forgetting to know that the expenditure of that person has increased. They may used to buy you scratch card. They may not buy you scratch card anymore. He become enemy. So you're going to kick him out. You're forgetting to know that expenditure, our problem keep increasing every day. What we did last year is not what we're going to do this year. You will find little increase in what we're spending. Every year, you just expect that. Little increase. And we keep seeing that from the time when I came in this country, when I used to go to the grocery store, food was not nothing. $60 used to buy enough food for family in a home. But even we were plenty family when we sometimes carry 200 and nowhere. We can't even buy enough grocery to bring it home. And not even going to take 2 weeks with all, in fact, 1 week. There are a lot of people here, they're eating. So you see that? So our expectations are just keep growing and things too changing. So that's why confusing all. And we'll continue to change our leaders. We will continue to change our leader based on what I'm just telling you. Okay? Because if Dan come today, Dan expenses are not going nowhere. He will do good for you. The next time, when things start changing, if I'm not doing the same thing you think I'm supposed to be doing, buying you scratch car, it's not like the regular development thing. I'm talking about personal, to take care of people personally. So then, I'm going to be a bad person to you. I'm going to be a bad person. You're not going to say anything good about me because your expectation is not what you're seeing now. It's not what you're seeing. But our condition itself keep changing. The living condition keep changing. So our expectation will never be the same. It will always be high. It will grow big for people. So this is what exactly happened in the United States. All of the fighting you see in the Capitol building, people going to disturb the place. Donald Trump himself is a popular person. Because the man used to be the talk show host. What we are doing here. What we are doing now, if we continue to do it good, when people get to know you, when people stick on you, when they group, when they really have interest in you, to leave you, it will be hard. Because there are certain things you do that they actually love. They want to be part of you. So Donald Trump himself, he was a talk show host. Okay. So from that point, people create that love for him. More especially women. They think that we're doing. The more people that can be so supportive to that women, when they really have interest in you to support them, they kind of platform, they will support you with everything they have. So Donald Trump used to be that kind of man, and maybe funny man. Most of the things you're doing when you were young, you used to do that kind of way of talking. Because sometimes, because I'm used to the kind of talk show, sometimes when I'm reading on my how they call it, Facebook post, people will find it difficult. They can take it so personal. They can feel that maybe I want to insult them or I want to say hard thing to them, but because I'm on a talk show, sometimes I just take it to be like a joke thing that I'm doing, but sometimes people will take it so personal. So that's the reason with him. Most of the way you're talking, that's how you used to talk when you were on a talk show. Okay? So he have forgotten to know that other people, when you are doing the kind of thing that I'm doing, the way I talk, some people will not like it. But if I decide to be part of me, to be my way of talking, my way of doing things, it might suffer me in the future. Okay? Because there are not many people that they will want you to be talking to them harsh, or they will want you to say some funny thing. Because you already care, if on the microphone, you want to say something, because other people will be there laughing. Whatever you say, there will be some people who will be laughing. Some people will find it to be insulting. Some people will find it very bad. But there are other people there. Okay? What will be? There, for example, let's just take it to Prophet Key. The way he insulting. Other people love it now. They feel that, oh, this is the other way they love the man. So if that kind of man try to go tomorrow, he will just behave the same way. And you think that when you behaving like that, that's the only way people will continue following. Okay? But when you go to the national Senate to represent people, you will not want to do that kind of thing. But you will still want to behave like that. So now people will start creating hate for you. So that's the same thing that we are saying with Donald Trump. If he had just changed the time you were on the microphone, the way he used to do things, if he had changed from there and say, okay, now I am commander-in-chief, I will behave differently. I will do things differently than what I used to do. You know what? People were going to create love for him. And even they were even going to be hard to be defeated because, number one, he's a popular guy. Number one, he used to have a talk show. He's still loved by the people. Yeah? He still got that kind of love for the people. In fact, the people still got that love for him. But if he could just change a little bit the way he talk, very, very rough, to change a little bit, and be a little bit like a human being, when he's talking to a human being, he had that kind of feeling, to feel for people. Oh my God. That guy, the two things are going to be clear, and you're going to be, again, left for somebody's hand to be president in the country. People were going to create so much love for him. But he is just for it. Like, for example, let me set an example on our president in Liberia. President Weah. He had a personal popularity that he brought to the thing. In fact, I brought him to the leadership. He was a superstar, football superstar. Play football, he did all kinds of different things. Now, naturally, people love him for that, for all the things that he did. And now, again, he is in the leadership. So other people will want to, there are two things that we're looking at. Other people will be loving him. Also for his part he played as being one of the, let me just say, the sport president over there. And then again, he's a leader. But if he just do things a little bit good, the love for him will be so hard. And it will just be hard for him to be removed easily like that. Okay? That's what we are saying. So to our Liberian brothers and sisters, do not feel that in election, you're able to win all the election. And even if you win, wherever that you are not able to win, do not think and create that thinking that they cheat you. You are not the only person that you think God favor, or people there can trust. They trust other people, they love other people as the same way. So if other people have gone there to maybe get the vote that you wanted, why would you think that people cheated you? So you think that the people that went in the election with you, people don't love them also? They love them the same way you think the people love you. The higher word. People love you the same way. They love them the same way. And this is exactly what happened. Okay? So it used to happen like maybe during the war, people going to war front. You're planning to go kill somebody, the person too planning to come kill you. Yeah, then you'll go your clash. You think the person will just lay down and say, I'm sitting down, you come and kill me? No, they will prepare themselves. And they will take cover the same way you're taking cover because you're planning in your heart to kill them. They're too planning to come kill you. So if you are going into election, your plan is to win the election. The present two that come in, their plan also to win the election. So the both of you are prepared very well, going to appeal to people to get their vote to you. And not only you alone going to take everything. So whatever the people gave you, you should be satisfied with. Do not say that people cheat you. No. People did not cheat. People did not cheat. So what most about the other country that the CPP won? So that means all the country, they won in, the people love them there. The government did not go and cheat. They not tamper with the ballot. And the people still, they had a ballot at that time, right? They could have tampered with it. They could have do something. Why they couldn't do it? If you believe that the people tamper with those things and they cheated you, why in the other places the people still have possession of the ballot? Why they didn't do the thing you think that they did to you? Why they didn't do in the other place? What was the cause? Were you having strong security over there than the other place? What happened? You just decide. So in election, when you're not successful, you have to re-prepare yourself, wait for the next time. That's what most people do. Because what you're going to do, appeal to your supporter and say, we lost this thing. But those of you that did it for me, I want to say thank you. Even if you don't do it, I want to say thank you to all of you. But we will do better next time. And be that brave person to reaffirm your supporter. But don't continue to act you get it, but the people took it from you. That's what our President Donald Trump is doing in the United States. He keep informing his supporters that they cheated him. They stole votes from them. And he had not been brave to say, oh, this thing, it is how it is now. Not leave it. Not get ready for the next time. Maybe next year, next time we'll do better. But let's agree that this thing, it didn't go in our favor. So that the people will understand exactly what to expect. But you continue to show them, get the impression that no, this thing, we had it, but they took it from us. Okay? And we will not take it. We had to fight for ourselves. If you say those things, you're making the people still to believe that it is true that you got this thing and they took it from you. Because you are not being able to say the truth to your supporter. That's why I am saying, that's what I'm saying in my county right now, in Nima County. Okay? CPP supporter, Madam Ire Gogloway, is still telling her supporter that they won the election in Nima County, but they took it from them. So they're still strong. They are still strong because if you believe in that, your supporter will still believe in that you got the election, but they took it from you. So nobody will bow down. They will want to stand up to fight for you. That's what they are doing. That's what we saw in the United States. And today, finally, President Donald Trump last night, he finally considered that he's going to support the smooth transition to power, and he will do everything to be a part of it to make it look good. He's no longer going to say, we're not going to do that. Because the people were planning to go there and remove all his stuff outside forcibly. Maybe that the place his supporter were going to go break in the White House too. The same way they did to the Capitol. But now he gave up. So we're not going to see that part like we were thinking maybe how They will use folklore to bring him out. This time it's not going to be like that. Nobody going to forcibly bring him out. But just so you know, he have finally conceded that Joe Biden, our president, is the legitimate elected president. So kudos to everybody. Okay. So now he said he's going to be a part. But the bigger question here is the damage that was done. Who take blame for this? Who do we hold responsible? Okay, President Donald Trump is the one who is the sitting president now. Under his watchful eye, he was sitting. In fact, he told her to even tell the people, Lord, walk down. Lord, walk down Pennsylvania Avenue. Now go there. We'll walk down to the Capitol. We'll do what we want to do. You have to be strong. You have to be fit to claim by your country, to get your thing. So who do we blame now? Who take the greater blame now? Even though he had considered, but who do we blame for all the damages that went on, that were caused? To the extent that 4 lives were lost. Can you imagine? 4 people died. They didn't expect that. And now who do we blame? Who take the blame? And what are we intend to do? Will we prosecute him after he take power? What will we do? Will we let him go because he's the only stronger man? He's the only money man in the United States? Because he said he's a smarter person. Very, very smart. I'm a very smart person. I know everything. He said it. So what will we do? Will we let him go? Will we continue to bring him back to pay for the damages that his people caused? What will we do? Now he continues to say that the people who caused the damages, they should be held responsible. They should be held accountable for that. They should pay the full weight of the law. So what do we do at this time? Who will prosecute the people? He said not coming to say, I'm sorry. He had not even apologized. Because apology is one of the very important things that bring peace. Okay? When people apologize, that's a very, very good thing. Because it like you're showing remote for what happened. People will be able to forgive you. To say, yes, we understand. He said sorry. But you put on resistance. That can be very hard for peace to go on. Okay? In the peace or negotiation or mediation, what people do is you will first of all find somebody to come to say, yeah, I'm sorry. One of the party had to come forward to say, this is what happened. I'm sorry. Once, if you, the perpetrator, you come forward and say, oh, to the victim, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is what happened. This should not have happened. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I couldn't have done that. And I regret the time this whole thing happened. I'm very, very sorry. People will be able to forgive you and people will listen to you. That's a powerful word. I'm sorry. But our president is not taking the blame. Despite he's the president of the country, he should take the blame. Like we said down here, everything that happened in the United States, in fact, in Liberia, we put the blame on our president. We are. Is not what we've been saying? Supporter, government supporter and opposition is not what we all been saying? That the president take blame for everything. When somebody beat his wife, the president take blame for that. When people go to bed, no food in their house, the president take blame for that. Yes. So why are we not telling our president Donald Trump that he should take blame for what happened at the Capitol? He should not dodge anything rather. Who is he referring to that? Let all the people who caused the damage take responsibility. Who is he referring to? He instructed the people to go. It was clear. He told the people, go down. We will walk. I will be there with you. Walk down. And there is a saying that says, what unit does, commander is responsible. Now, in this way, he served as the commander. He served as the commander. He served as the commander. So who do we blame? Who do we hold responsible? Who do we look up to? He did it. Oh, no sound. Somebody said no sound. What kind of no sound? Are you not hearing me, guys? I'm hearing myself, though. Hold on. Me, guys. I'm hearing. I'm hearing myself, though. Okay. There's a sound from the phone. Hold on. Honorable Brad Tanner, you can check your phone. I'm hearing myself on the other phone. It's very clear. I can hear myself in the speaker here, the headphone. So this is the situation. The president, our president, had to take blame. He had to come forth and apologize to the American people for what happened instead of dodging it. One of the great things he had done now is to come to concede and say, yes, I recognize now that Joe Biden is the president. Yes, he is the president. He won the election legitimately. Okay, he is the president. Okay, I recognize him. And extend his congratulations message to him, the president. Because he won the election, he considered normally things happen, things go. People will say, oh, yes. People will do that, okay? People will do that. Normally, people will do that. You will concede and tell your friend, I'll send my congratulations message. Thank you so much for doing that. So, but the president had not done that. But for the fact that he had been able to come to tell us that, oh, this thing happened, I'm sorry. I don't know. Oh, yeah, with the echo. To see that he had already agreed, let me not say agree, conceded to the defeat, to his defeat. So it's the first step now. The second step will be the violence that occur at the Capitol. Is he also coming to apologize instead of leaving the blame on the people? All the people that went there, those guys couldn't have gone to that place if he had not given instruction to go in there. They said, you walk down, we will go there at the Capitol. And some of them did not even understand. They went jumping or climbing up to the extent of damaging their own property, their own thing. What if they are killed all of those people inside there? Would they be happy this country and say, yeah, we did it? That was wrong. That was wrong. And we are not saying all of those things. And some of you, when we talk about President Weah sometimes, we all complain that he's not talking on issue, but he's not violent. He's not able to support violence like that. You know how many supporters he has? If he had come out one day and asked a supporter to get in the street to behave like that, you know what will happen in Liberia? It will be too disastrous. It's not going to work like that. He had not done that. He always cool his people down. He calmed them down. Okay, that's what we saw. But this president, our president in the United States, is not able to calm his people down. And the other result, they go on rampage to do terrible things, ridiculous things. Okay, that's what we saw. So now the American people are waiting to see if they can hold him accountable. And what we are been hearing from news up and down is that they want to even impeach him or to use 25th Amendment that gave grant to the vice president to ask the Congress that this president is not fit. The president is not fit to be president. I can take over. Okay. But some of us, we are thinking that the date is too short. Very, very short. Because those things that's not one day thing that you say, oh my man. Now argument, people will get into argument. The man is the president, he still got his supporters. He still got his supporters. Some of them still in the heart, they might argue. And if the vote cannot go one third, then he will still be president. So I don't know. For me, and the reason they want to do that is even if they leave doing it until they leave power, they can still go and do that. The reason is if they don't do that, President Donald Trump will be able to come back and run in 2024. You will run 2024. You will come back. You will come back. But when things are impeachment, when they impeach you, those are good things. You cannot get no elected position. Any key position now, you cannot get it. So that is a big one too. They can do that to closing up. When they closing up, he may not come back to argue with anybody that he want to rerun in 2024 to complete his one last term. Okay? Because the Constitution gave you go ahead to run 2 times. If you cannot run the first time, then if you go 2 times, then you will not go by anymore. But if you go 1 time, you can still go by again for your last term. If the people like you, they will still take you and complete your last term. So some of us, that's what we were thinking. But he did not do that. We saw the violence was very, very tough and very, 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 very bad. Very, very bad. Okay? But I thank God that we are not able to see that kind of, thing in Liberia from our president, George Weah. We are not able to see that from him. Despite with all the criticism we put on him. Okay? He's not able to do that pressing, to be that kind of pressing, to go to that extent, to say, oh, I'm going to do this. I will be able to do this, and I will be able to do that. No. Not violent man. He has not gone that far to do that. But the opposition, I want you to see clearly now that some of you're depending on the United States. Everything that happened, we'll call the international community. We'll call the United States embassy. This is where we are. Okay? So if we have our own problem in Liberia, let's try to solve it in our own way. Let's try to listen to one another. Then all we say, we call the United States embassy. We inform the American people. These are the people you see, they climbing on wall, they're going, they jumping on wall, they entering their own capital building, they damaging. These are the people you say you want to call them to come do what for you. Your government cannot be ran by people outside. You need to try your own way, okay, to do your own thing, that you will be able to see how best you can lead your own people without the outsider interference. Okay, you can't do that. Every time, international community, we want the U.S. to come. Yes. Is that the kind of what we see? Is that why you want to protest? You better go sit down somewhere and think about what to do. Okay? Because they're not going to come there to tell you any different thing. Okay? I think sometimes like some children, they want to abuse people. In fact, to abuse their own parents, but they don't want nobody outside to abuse their parent in front of them. So that's the similar thing. We will do our thing, but we will not want outsider to come to do our thing. Okay? So we don't want to practice what we are saying here in the United States. I think Liberians are getting mature. They won't be able to do such. They won't be able to go that extent to damage their own thing that they suffer for. Because if we damage those things to face, it's not going to be easy. Why they take over there like insurance? Insurance will face those things quick. They got all the things and they got insurance. They will face it quick, like government money. But is it what we want to see? No. Necessarily now. Nah, not what we want to see. To see damaging things because we get money to go repair them. No, it's not. That's very, very bad. Very, very bad. So I think I told you, Liberian, we are used to politics. We are used to let me not say politics in the United States, in fact in Liberia, and not politics outside, not anything outside of Liberia. So nobody had interest to call to say anything. Okay, even if we open the line, we won't find anybody. Because this is not where they want their mouth to go. You that hanging on green card, when you talk plenty, when the people catch you, they will put you in barrel, they ship you back to Liberia. So you don't want to talk plenty over here. Okay? You like him, you still over there on some kind of different people. You can't come talk plenty on my platform. When the people catch you, they will put you in a PV barrel. They like you, they shave you back to Liberia. So this is not where you want your mouth to go. Only we the one can talk. We the BB people, we can talk on those kind of issue. Okay? So just sit down and listen to me. Okay? To so this is the situation over here. I want to take this time to welcome all of you. And wherever you are, listen to RD TV. We say good morning. Those of you celebrating your birthday this morning, we want to say happy birthday. If you are also celebrating your anniversary this morning, wedding anniversary, we say happy wedding anniversary. Whatever activities or events that you are having today or this week, we are with you. We want to say thank you and go and have your successful program. This is your platform, but we are not saying anything about Liberia, so it's not interesting to a lot of people. And again, Facebook, I don't know what is going on. This thing used to happen to me way back, and it see later on it start happening. I can't share anything on my Facebook page. Okay, I try, I don't know. I need to delete the app and just re-delete them. I try to update, still it's not working. So I don't know. So I cannot share anything. I don't got viewer this morning because my people did not see. I had to share the video in most of the group before I can get viewer. Okay, but it's okay. That Facebook. So when it happening that it can make me weak to come on Facebook because nobody will be able to share the video if myself I'm not share it more. That's the problem we are facing. That's some maybe Facebook. So I will check what is it happening. I will try to see what is happening. But we are still here. If anybody want to call and say anything, look at the bottom of the screen. They got WhatsApp number. We got direct number. You can call and say one or two things about what happened in the United States, the violence. But the question we were asking, we are still asking is, what is your response? What is your response to the president who incited violence and had not taken blame for that? What is your response? But again, it's okay if you don't have anything much to say about that. We want to say thank you. If you are you working, we want to welcome and say thank you so much. This is your platform. Okay. The only thing that's tomorrow, I will be here in the morning, tomorrow morning, with topic from Liberia. We're going to be discussing that. Okay. There will be a politics issue from Liberia. Politics. Not policy, but politics. Okay. We will be talking about that tomorrow. So I will try to play few music here for us, little music, to see if we can have some fun here by ourselves. We can have some fun here. Before we close this morning, we're gonna do that. Take few music here to play for you. This is what we do. Oh, oh my God. Yeah, this is a new platform. It's kind of difficult, but it will get better though. It will get better. We're just trying to learn on different things here. It will get better. It will get better. Let me see. Let me see. It's taking so long to load. That's one of the things I have to do now is the internet system is kind of a little low. Okay. So it just all right. All right. It's gonna take a very long time. Long time. Oh, hey my God. We got so much thing to do. Oh, very slow. Very, very slow. Yes, guys, this is what we are doing this morning. We try to see, okay, it's it's very crazy. It's very, very crazy. We can't go that far. Very, very crazy. Yeah, very, very crazy. No, very, very crazy. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Wow. Yeah, hold on. I want to leave you with one good music. I leave video music that I listen to and watch a little bit. That's the thing. The kids are too much on the internet. So it make it very slow. I need to get direct internet at least so we can make this thing powerful. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We will stop here this morning. This is I'm very sorry, and this platform will be very good. I'm told you. We try to do this. We will be advertising people stuff here. We will be inviting people here to come, but there is a new way we try to do. We try to set up stuff here to see how we can get everything done well. You will love it, and the few of you guys coming, please bear with me. We make it better. We just bought some equipment they feed it, but what we need now is stronger internet. Or when we get it, we all set. You hear music, we play 24 hours, my voice will be clear, and the background will be clear, the lighting will be bright. Not happening because there are a lot of other things that we need to add or we are not yet. So thank you so much. We stop here this morning, okay? I wish all of you good day. And if you are celebrating your birthday or anything you are doing to support yourself and your family, we want to say we are with you in spirit. And want to say thank you. My name is Roosevelt Dan, and the platform that you are watching is RD TV, which is Roosevelt Dan TV. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope you're going to be here tomorrow morning.